Dear able minded politicians, let me tell you quite upfront that the kind of narrative which is flowing in our country, especially during a standoff with an adversary on the LSE, is actually quite appalling and disheartening for the citizens of the country as well. The Galwan Braves who fought on 15th June, they shed their blood and gave that sacrifice in the glory of our motherland. And actually, they killed much more than their weight that evening on the other side. But we have people asking for proof of that. I can only say that I'm ashamed of people like you. Because probably you expect that the Indian Armed Forces stand on LAC and they tell the enemy that they should come and knock them off. That's not the way the Indian Army works. The Indian Army is a battle hardened army and the best in the world. So is the Air Force, so is the ITBP, and so are the other agencies who are operating in that terrain. Also, I heard a clip of a politician last evening who's trying to say that land has been given and also went on in his political exuberance to call the Prime Minister of the country as a coward. First things first, there is nothing called that land has been given or surrendered or lost. The Indian Army has contested each and every attempt of transgression along the LSE this season. And contrary to your thoughts, there are reports in the media and through the Global Times where they allege that the Indian Armed Forces have actually transgressed on the other side and occupied territory which China thinks belongs to it in Tibet. Also, it is quite alarming that when you as politicians speak on military matters, you do not even understand that what are the treaties which you have signed with that particular country. What are the changes which have been made at the level of the current government and the dispensation in the military, and how our troops are reacting on ground. It is quite unfortunate that people do not know the difference between transgression, incursion, intrusion, capture of territory, and so on and so forth. It will be better that you understand these treaties, these terms, what is meant by area of differing perception, and so that you understand that what actually is happening on the LSE, and don't paint a picture as if all has been lost there and the Indian Army has been absolutely incompetent. And when you want to score your brownie points with the government of the day or any political leader, do so directly and actually ask questions in the correct forum at the correct time. And as parliamentarians, you can always discuss the ongoing operations at a suitable place. There are people on various committees in the parliament. There are many forums to do that. But when you come out and question even the Prime Minister by saying that he has surrendered land, actually what you are implying is that the Indian Armed Forces are so incompetent to preserve the territorial integrity of this great country, which is so false, so untrue, and actually so malicious. So when you ask a question, think of the repercussions of that question, and if actually that leads to pinpoint something at the bravery of our soldiers, you would do better to think twice before making those questions and utterances. The last thing I would request every politician is that please participate in the national drive when such adverse situations come up, to stand together in solidarity with the nation as one and question the enemy rather than questioning the armed forces. And especially it looks very weak and meek and actually frivolous when you actually question the armed forces on the garb of questioning the government of the day or the Prime Minister. Last but not the least, it is also important that we understand the basic tehzeeb and the mannerisms which we have learnt in school and also through our upbringing in our homes and wherever the environment we have lived in. And in that, to call your own Prime Minister as a coward is actually very demeaning for a nation which has elected him and is there. You may have personal grudges. He got the chair, you didn't get the chair, is fine. You may want him to leave that chair and go away. You may want to usurp that chair by whatever means necessary. That's all fine politically. But coward? And that too in the context of a standoff? I am quite sure you're not implying that the Indian Army is coward, because that is a direct connotation even there. So let's get our heads together. Let's help the nation in opinion shaping. Let's rally the troops around and the citizens around for a common cause when we fight our adversary. And let's be a little more humane and humble in our interactions. Thank you. Jai Hind.